Hello everybody, my name is Dragoon, and welcome to my other deck that I use on this Octagon network, or MLBCG, and I nicknamed it, the fun has been doubled because it uses Luna, Princess of the Night. Right, who doesn't like a Luna deck? I will admit this is sort of a net deck because I got this from, obviously, a net. Well, not a net, but the net. And I sort of just copy and pasted it right into the thing. Not really copy and paste, but you get it. Copied it card for card, and you see, I've been having like mixed feelings about this deck, where it's like, oh, I don't like it. Now it's like, oh, it works great. Hey, but I have to find that right balance. It's not as fast as my other deck, which I uploaded previously. But you know, oh, I did try the other Luna, but I don't think the right cards are out yet, and I think they're gonna work on it. It does create a really good dynamic for like a deck, but I don't think the right cards are here. But enough about that Luna. We're gonna get into this deck, which I like to call the Fun Has Been Doubled, or Luna and Her Friends. I think that's what it's called, or that's an official name. But of course, our main character is, of course, Princess Luna, Princess of the Night. She is a magic main. She has a home limit of 3, of course, but when you confront this card's problem, you may pay 2 to turn this card over, and when she is flipped, she is a force to be reckoned with. And she, of course, has 3 power. She has a home limit of 4, and she has Studious, so when you win a face-off with her, involving at least one character with this keyword, you gain an action token. But during face-offs, you can discard an event to give this card plus 3 power until the end of the face-off. And yes, this effect stacks, so you can discard as many cards from your hand as you like. So this is, it's kind of a double-edged sword. This card is powerful this card is as powerful as long as you have, cards to discard. If you discard too many cards, of course you're going to win the face-off, but then you're not going to have anything for the next face-off. So, but she can easily win any face-off just by herself. Especially at an opponent's problem. She's just powerhouse. And that's only during face-offs. Let's go into our friends. We have 26 friends. Our first, we run only one of Applejack Element of Honesty. Hey, even though we cannot normal summon her by normal means, her effect gives us a free summon, which is, when this card enters play at a problem, you may dismiss an opponent's troublemaker at that problem. If an opponent would force you to discard this card, you may put it into play instead. So, essentially, you want your opponent to run all those yellow Parasprites. They kind of knew yellow Parasprite would be run in every deck, so there's really no reason not to run an Element of Honesty. Even though she costs 6, but you need that 6 orange, which we will never have in this deck. She does have 5 power, so she brings 5 power to the board regardless. Next we have 3 Bright Bulbs. It costs 3, it has 2 power. On reaction, when your opponent's character is played to this card's problem, you may exhaust this card and if you do, move that character. So it's really good for, it's really good for that control deck. It's a really important card for control decks, which is kind of what this deck is. It's built for the mid game. You kind of have to build up your action tokens before you can go off, which is what I'm learning with this deck. But yeah, that's gonna be really great. It's really great for control. That's what I meant to say. Next we have 2 Spring Forwards, arguably one of the best magic characters in the game, even though she's only an Earth Pony. That's weird. She's 3/3 for 2. Ooh, she has the Studious, but her effect makes her overpowered as heck. She gets plus 2 power for each of your opponent's characters at his problem. So, perfect. She's just perfect, She can meet problems all by herself. And then we have 2 Lady Justice. She costs 4. She has 3 power. They're very useful. I mean, she's really worth it because of her effect, which is your opponent's characters at this card's problem gets -1 power during face-offs. It's only during face-offs, so you gotta have to think twice when you see Lady Justice and you're like, oh man, do I want to get into a face-off or not? Or sometimes you just have to grin it and go for it, and Lady Justice is just that good, and she's a fixed card. She comes in the Twilight AJ deck. Next, we run 3 Twilight Sparkle All-Team Organizers. She is 3/2, 4/2. And during the main phase, you can exhaust this card to gain an action token until the end of the phase. So, she's good for, like, you exhaust her and then essentially you just use that 1 action token to play any 1-drops or anything like that. Next, we have 2 Twilight Sparkle Noted Speaker. I really don't know why this card is in here. I haven't had a real chance to use it, although I have flipped it for face-offs and it sucks like hell. But she's a 3/3, she has 0 power. Don't know why. But yeah. I know why. It's because of the effect. When you read the effect, you understand is that you play when she's on the field, play with the top card of your deck revealed. This card's power is equal to the printed power of the top card of your deck. Which is okay, except in Octagon, I don't really know why. I don't know if there's actually a real function for you to play with the top card flipped. Other than you just kind of drag the top card of your deck to the field and then say, this is my top card. But, yeah, varying power cards, I don't find that useful. She has 0 power just because of it, but, at least we get negation effect cards, or whatever. And if we didn't run enough Twilights, we're running 2 Twilight Sparkle Ursa Vanquishers. And this is a really expensive card. It's an ultra rare, and I guess not that expensive, but, it's an ultra rare, so it's going to cost you money. It's a 3/3 for 4. It has Studious. Oh, excuse me. Really had to cough. During the main phase, while this card is at a problem, you may exhaust and put it into your hand. If you do, you move up to 2 of your opponent's characters home. So, again, we got that control. It's like Bright Bulb, but really abusable. You can use her... You only need to run 1, really, but... Really good. And then we only run 1 copy of Princess Luna, Mare and the Moon. Not to be confused with the other one that frightens. I did that one time, and I thought, why is this card in here? She's a 3/3 for 2, and on reaction, at the start of any phase, you may banish this card and put it into play at the start of your next turn. And I think that when you put her back, I think you can put her in any zone, so you can put her home, you can put her to the other problem, or whatever. I think. I don't think they have a rule against that. So you can abuse it. Next we play 3 Blue Jays, 2 for 2. No effect whatsoever, so... I mean, with all that orange with all that, purple, or magic, all that magic, we finally get to the secondary color, which is yellow. We, of course, have 3 4-style. Very dependable. 3 Eagles, of course. And then 1 Fluttershy Monster Tamer, an ultra rare. It's a 4/4 for 2. And has a pretty long effect. When you play this card to a problem, you may banish a troublemaker at that problem. When this card is moved from that problem, dismissed, or banished, play that banished troublemaker to a problem and reveal it. So, this could get rid of any of them. It just banished a troublemaker, so it could be yours, your opponent's, whatever. So this card gets rid of troublemakers real easy, but with the 4 requirements, you have to play like 2 Blue Jay, or you got the 4-style with some powered up Blue Jays, or an eagle with a 4-style. So you can't really. You have to have at least 2. You have to have at least 4-style and another one to play it. But that's all the friends. We have 13 events. We're playing 3 Back Where You Began. It costs 1. You need 2 magic power on the field. It has 5 power for face-offs. But during the main phase, you can move an opponent's character. So, again, this is a control card. But it's really good just for the heck of it. Next, we have 3 Critical Cavalry, of course. It's used in my other deck. If you don't remember, it's 1 and 2. 1, 2 kindness power. You play it after you flip a card on a face-off, and then that card gets +5. Really good. Then we have Nurture with Knowledge. It's the same cost as Critical Cavalry, 1 and 2. Has 5 power. But instead of adding 5 power to a flip card during the main phase, you choose a character and it gets +2 yellow until the end phase. I guess that can help you get those Fluttershy out, but other than that, Nurture with Knowledge, it's pretty good. And the power blast till the end of turn, so there's that. Then we have 2 of the new Showdown cards, Staring Contest. It costs nothing to play, but you need 3 yellow on the field. During the main phase, you start a face-off involving one of your friends and your opponent's friend with an equal or greater power. At the end of the face-off, the loser puts one of their friends that was involved into its owner's hand. It's just great. I mean, I've used it. The best way to use Showdown cards are to exhaust your whichever card you're like wanting to target and then do it, but this deck doesn't really do that. It exhausts itself. Then we have the 3 Royal Guidance. It costs 1, and you choose a yellow or purple friend, or a kindness or magic friend or character, and then it gets +1 and of whatever of both colors until the end phase. Now, the reason we're running 13 events is, of course, because of Luna. Now, because of Luna's effect, if you don't really want to use, let's say, Nurture with Knowledge, I can't really think of any other way. Like, if you don't have Fluttershy in your hand, I can see Nurture with Knowledge isn't really going to be useful. But it could always be used as a throwaway card for your main's effect. Now we have Troublemakers. We have 6 Troublemakers. We've got 2 Arizodal, of course. You know his effect. He's a villain. And at the end of each player's Troublemaker phase, that player moves one of their characters home from this card's problem. We play 1 Nightmare Moon. I'm not really sure why they want you to run 1 Nightmare Moon, but if you don't know what it does, it's a villain. All our Troublemakers are actually villains. Let's just get that out of the way. But then when you uncover this card, all players discard their hands and then draw 3 cards. At the start of each player's Troublemaker phase, that player discards a random card. It's basically used as like an activator for AJ, I think. But I don't know if it works that way, because it says when your opponent discards. If Nightmare Moon is yours, if it's your Nightmare Moon, I don't know. If it's an opponent's Nightmare Moon, I'm pretty sure it would activate, but I don't know if this one would do it either. But of course, if this one just forces you to discard it, would it still activate? I don't know. That's a question for the developers, I guess. Then of course we have 3 Queen Chrysalis, the new one. And at the start of a face-off involving this card, you exhaust a random character involved in the face-off. So there's many ways to choose like which one gets randomized. I use like the 3-sided die or whatever. Or of course there's the of course it has like there's the function inside Octagon that lets you do like any sided die, so that's really good to know, but it's just a hassle just to deal with her. And she has 6 power. It's pretty amazing. So we don't run any resources. So we have 0 resources. Don't need to run them. Finally, we got our 10 problems. We have It's Alive, Standard Shredding Problem. Then we have Parasprite Pandemic. And let me shorten the screen so you can see it, like I did in the last video. We got Parasprite Pandemic. When this problem is played, each player searches their deck for a Troublemaker, reveals it, puts it into their hands, and then shuffles their deck. So gives each player a Troublemaker. Not as good, as I like it to be. We got Ponyville in a bottle. Friends with less than 2 power can't be played to this problem, which is really great. You don't really want 1 power friends anyway, so doesn't say you can't move. They just can't be played there. So it can be really restrictive depending on the deck. We have 2 of the new one, Ancient Research. At the start of this card's owner's turn, if their main character is here, they may... God, that's some bad quality on that card. Yeah, they may look at the top 2 cards of their deck and then put them back in any order. And then we have actually one of the better cards in Candlelight Knights. We have Lost in the Crystal Caves, which is when a player confronts this card's problem, that player moves a character here home. That is the Luna deck. Like it's meant to be played as like a mid game deck where your first couple turns you're not really gonna do anything, and I'm learning that you're not really supposed to do anything, even if you can. Like if you draw forest, I went past the friends. If you draw like forest owls and you have like blue jays or something, like don't put them down yet. Because always with like, I guess with any deck, your number 1 priority should be to flip your main character. And I just realized the screen was very small for that one. I apologize. Whoa! I grabbed the wrong one. There we go. So, reiterating, even if you have Forest Owl, or the Blue Jays, hey, you really shouldn't play them. You should wait till your opponent. Your opponent might get into a lead early, but you know, as long as you flip Luna, a boosted this side of Luna is terrifying. Your opponent should be terrified of this card. All right. Plus, like there's no card yet that lets you look in your opponent's hand, and I think that'd be a great card. You know, a card that's or an event that says look into your opponent's hand and discard one of them or something. Or that'd be a great card, actually. I don't know what color it would be, but it would be look at your opponent's hand and your opponent's hand was revealed, and then the card with the lowest power is discarded or something. And they must have like 3 cards in their hand to use to activate this effect or something. I don't know. Oh, that's just wishful thinking. Wishful thinking. So that is my deck. Tell me in the comments below if you like this deck, and like always, try it out. You may like it. And then I guess a quick announcement. I'm not gonna be. This may be the last video for the week. I don't have any real good reasons why I'm not uploading videos. It's just because I don't really have that much time, and of course BronyCon was this weekend, so maybe like all the players on Octagon are there because I couldn't really find any matches. Albeit I didn't really search for long, but it doesn't look like there's anybody there. There's not many people on there anyways. I'm lucky to get 1 match anyways and get all those recordings out to you guys. But I was excited when I did the panel review where they had that online ranking system. I think that's going to be something big. It could be something big. It could be their own version of playing this online, much like Octagon. I hope it's more automatic, you know. Oh, so you don't miss your timings or some, you know. Oh, or if it's something manual like Octagon but just on a web browser service, that's totally fine. I would love to bring videos like that to you guys. So let me know what you think about both that and this deck. And tell me if you think you'd make any improvements to this deck. Would you run more of something? Would you run something else entirely different? And be sure to like, favorite, comment, and subscribe for more. Eventually, I'll try to get back into getting duels up next week. But this is Dragon, and I'll see you next time. What is up? My name is Dragoon, and I hope you enjoyed the video, but I'm here right now to tell you that I have reached a milestone here on YouTube. I now have 100 subscribers. Yes, 100. That is awesome, guys. I cannot thank you enough. This is so wonderful. And I really wanted to do something special to commemorate this event, and I almost didn't know what to do other than, well, to do what the hell got me here to this point, which is play MOPCCG. But as it turns out, that the team behind the video game Legends of Equestria is having another free weekend this weekend, August 9th and 10th. And if you don't know what Legends of Equestria is, well, this picture sums it up pretty well, and I thought it was too perfect. So, what I'm going to do is this weekend I'm going to live stream me playing Legends of Equestria. And I'm hopefully going to play all weekend. And I don't know if I'm going to be on all day Saturday. Hey, I do have some plans planned out, and hopefully we're gonna have some fun. And at the end, who knows? I may be able to edit some highlights if I have some fun, and I'll put that on YouTube later. So this Saturday, I will post a video that'll basically say that I'm live streaming, and then you can come watch and enjoy, or you can download the game yourself and play with me, and maybe some friends will be on there too. Who knows? So once again, this is Dragoon saying thank you and take care. Till Saturday.